from there later. Right now, Elizabeth Kucinich, former Director of Government Affairs for the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, joining us now. It's good to have you back. The impact of this deal is what?
Well, lower drugs for people who are looking for obesity medication. This is a big deal. Back in 2003, the Medicare Modernization Act was passed and signed into law by President Bush, and that effectively removed the government's ability to negotiate with pharmaceutical companies. So it's very significant that President Trump and Secretary Kennedy are now in a position where they're able to now leverage the power of the government to make sure that people have drugs at affordable prices. I would personally like to see that we put more emphasis on food, however, and look at what is really causing our obesity crisis and the diabetes that we're seeing rampant in our populations.
Secretary Kennedy, who you mentioned, said that there is some work, I believe, being done on that. Here is RFK Jr. Earlier. I'll take a listen.
President Trump has also instructed us to address and end the root causes of chronic disease, and we're doing that. We're about to release dietary guidelines that are going to change the food culture in this country. They're going to change the kind of food the military gets. They're going to change the kind of food that our children get.
That for you is higher up in the priority list than these drugs?
That should be very right at the top of the priority list, absolutely. And the welfare of our farms and our farmers is also essential. We have around 65 family farms a day going out of big business because of the crisis that we have within our food system and within our markets at the moment. So anything and everything that the administration can do to help our farmers, to help our small family farms, the people who are producing healthy food, to make sure that they can get it to market. It's really essential that we reinstate, the supplemental nutrition assistance programs, but along with them, that we reinstate nutrition education and all of the access that those farmers were going to have through farm-to-school programs that very sadly got cut at the beginning of this year as well.
Now, all of that said, to Kelly Meyer's point, the obesity rate has been coming down. I have a chart here on my tablet that, if you just look at the last part of it, would make it a little bit of progress here. It comes as the use of these weight loss injectables we've been talking about has been going up. So is there a connection there? I know you think food's more important.
Oh, of course there's a connection if you're using a weight loss drug, but my suggestion would be, for those people who really need them, then take them if you're in crisis. But empower oneself, really look at one's food choices. We are overfed and undernourished. Our bodies are starving for nutrients and micronutrients. So many of us will be reaching for food that's not feeding us properly, that's not nourishing our cells, and that's causing inflammation. I know that Secretary Kennedy is really pushing for reform in agriculture and also in terms of ultra-processed foods. And anything that the administration can do to help to make sure that real food is available to people at the right price, and that our farmers are supported so that they can be producing that food and getting it to the farm gate and into our supermarkets and our local stores. That's where the priority should be. $150 a month for a drug, or $150 extra a month to go into our pockets to buy healthy food. The bigger benefit in terms of food and the reversal of disease through nutrition is right there. And so hopefully the pairing of being able to negotiate those drug prices so that we can get affordable drugs to people who need them, paired with food access and support for our farmers, that's the winning combination.
Elizabeth Kucinich, thanks again. Good to have you back. Terrifying news.